Every day, people wake up and grab their phones to see what happened overnight. They listen to the radio, read the newspaper, check out what's happening on social media. Even here at BERMUN, we are reporting and writing about the events of the day. We tell you about what you're doing. We write stories. We take photos and videos, publish a newspaper, post on social media. We want to tell you about the cool things happening here. But we also have a responsibility to be factual, to provide information to the public, to take care the words we use do not incite violence or acts of hatred towards others. Now imagine, here at BERMUN, you're not allowed to speak freely or negotiate with each other. You are banned from speaking to the press. The press fears retribution if it prints facts someone doesn't like. Some media outlets give people a platform to spread hate speech or discriminatory views. Actually, these are not imaginary events. In more and more parts of the world today, the state of affairs is becoming the norm. They are questions of basic human rights. Freedom of expression, freedom from defamation or oppression, the right to equal protection under the law. But sometimes these rights seem to contradict each other. But where do we draw the line? You've been negotiating and discussing and have concluded resolutions with your fellow delegates. You've considered the pros and cons of these complicated issues. You've had time to think about the potential consequences of the resolutions you have passed. But mainly, you have exercised your right to freely discuss these issues and, equally as important, your responsibility to show respect for each other in negotiating resolutions. Delegates, you've been working hard over the last 3 days, and it's time to reflect on what you've accomplished.
In the ICJ, we are discussing Qatar's allegations of the UAE's racial discrimination on Qatari people.
In the political committee, we're discussing measures to ensure the protection of journalists from violence, harassment and imprisonment.
In ECOSOC, addressing the regulations and freedom of the internet.
And I'm in the Human Rights Committee. Today, our topic is digital surveillance in light of threats of extremism and instability.
In HSC, we have been debating the situation in the Arab world in the year 2012, meaning the Arab Spring and the uprisings in that region.
In SPC, we're debating the question of media censorship.
The resolutions you have made are all part of a bigger goal, one we hope you continue to work towards after you leave the conference. This may be the last BERMUN for many of you, but it is not the last time you can go out and make yourselves heard.